So now that I am a very academic and I love reading books, and You're the Placebo book is like a science textbook. I loved reading it. And for me, I love it when you show me a scientific evidence to things. You show me that this is possible scientifically. But having met Jitendra Garu and everybody, all of you here, whoever knows, they know that miracles can happen. You cannot prove in everything with science. For me, where science, my teenage son, when I asked him, what does God mean to you? He said, where science fails to explain things, God comes into the picture. That's what he said his definition of God is, and I love it. So there is this universe, there is this unspoken things in the universe that we cannot explain with science. And after reading Your Placebo, I came across this book called Ask and It Is Given. And this is the unexplained science thing. And it tells you can manifest your desires. Whatever it is, you just have to ask and it will be given to you. Now that is like really, it's not that simple, right? Everybody will say, come on, I'm going to ask for a Mercedes. I'm going to ask for this. I'm going to ask for that, right? Will I get it? So yes and no. Yes, you will get it. And no, not right away like this, like, it's not that immediate, but you can get it if you want to. And so it says the Ask and It's Given is about Esther and Jerry Hicks. There is this Esther Hicks, when she meditates, I can tell her story later on, but Esther Hicks, when she meditates, she impersonates a person. It is not her clearly. Her body language changes, everything changes. And it's as if some other person, higher consciousness, has come into her and is telling, the higher consciousness is using Esther as medium to convey his message to people. And she calls him Abraham. So if you see the book, it says the teachings of Abraham. She has given the name of Abraham to the higher consciousness who comes through her and explains everything. And this entire book is what Abraham told her, and she has written it down. That's what this book is about. So Abraham he wants to tell everybody about how to ask. What is the right way to ask? You will get whatever you want. You can manifest every desire of yours, but you need to know how to ask. So again, it starts with you do create your own reality. And the question is, how do I get there from here? Let's say my income every day is $10 and I want to buy something worth $100. Okay, you can say you save your money for 10 days and you'll get it. No, I have responsibilities. I have to feed my family. I have to save the money for the rainy day. I have health concerns, or I want to give charity. I want to do all these things with the every 10-day $10 allowance I get. But I want a $100 thing too. How? So how do I get there from here where I am? So the concept is everything, everyone, animate, inanimate, living, non-living, everything is vibrating at a certain frequency, right? Everything is energy. Now, everything is vibrating at a certain frequency, and only things that are vibrating at a particular frequency can experience the other things that are vibrating in their frequency. For example, let's say I want to listen to Bollywood songs and they are playing in 99.4 or something, right? If I tune into 100, I will not listen to it. I might hear a little bit static if I go like 99.6 or 8, but it will not be clear that I actually understand and enjoy the song. I have to exactly tune into 99.4 to be able to listen to Bollywood songs and enjoy it, right? Now, so it is transmitting. So whatever you want is already being transmitted throughout the universe in some frequency. Now, our job is to vibrate at that frequency to be able to even know that it exists and then get it and enjoy it. That is what it is. Now, how do I know if whatever I want is at that frequency, right? So we'll see how to get there. And so what is my guide here? My feelings are my guide. This Ask and It Is Given book totally talks about how to reach to a certain place only through your emotions and feelings. So your feelings are your guide, and they say that taking your emotional guidance scale and going up little by little, consciously elevating yourself, you can become a joyous, deliberate creator. You can deliberately create whatever you want. That's amazing. That's amazing. So this is another aha moment I had. When I was putting up the slides, I was thinking what I need to talk about. And when I was talking about Ask and It's Given, right? Let me see if I can go back. 1 second. So when I was doing this Ask and It's Given, I realized that, okay, this is all this. But then while I was reading about the vibrational scale and about how to go slowly, grow up the scale, I realized that this is very similar to Maslow's law of hierarchy. This is a model. If you haven't known already, it is Maslow's law of needs. And what it says is, in this triangle, this is the highest point, and you go up. So these are deficiency needs and these are growth needs. And people who have, let's say I'm really starving and hungry and haven't eaten food in 2 days. When God comes in front of me and says, I will grant you a wish, what do you want? I will not ask for transcendence or self-actualization or anything. I will say, can you give me food, right? So what is my basic need? Whatever is my basic immediate need that is not met in this hierarchy, I am going to work for that, right? So physiological needs are your basic needs of clothing, food, do I have what it needs to survive? Survival needs. If you have those, if you don't have those, you are worried about that. You cannot think about anything else. So the match of this to the emotional guidance scale is when you are meditating, right? When you're a seeker and you want to meditate and you want to achieve higher things, I would say, first see where you are in this. Do I have what it takes to earn the basic money to help my family, to put food on their plate? Basic things. If not, work on this. And then the safety needs. Am I secure? Am I living in a safe neighborhood? Are my kids secure? Those are safety needs. Then comes belonging and love needs. Do I feel as part of a group, of a family? Do I have a loved one? Does my family love me? If you don't have these, right, then it is very hard to get here. So you need to find your way up these things. But there is an exception, and there are outliers here. We will talk about it. But this is the generic way. Like, if you want to get a college degree, first you have to finish high school degree. If you want to get high school degree, you have to first finish middle school. This is the normal, traditional, generic way of progression of things. So that's how it is. And esteem needs are, okay, I have everything I need. I have a house. I have safety. I have loving family. Then comes esteem needs, my pride. Am I respected? Like, do people see me as a respected person, as a knowledgeable person? Am I being respected for what I do, how I am, how I look, all those things, right? Those are esteem needs. And then comes cognitive needs. So if you see, all this is deficiency, like lack of something will really screw up the process for you. So you have to work towards fixing all these. And then once you have all these things, once you feel respected, once you feel loved, once you have everything you need, then comes cognitive needs. You will be like, I need a challenging job. When you don't have money with you, you won't say, I need a challenging job. You say, I need a job, any job, which gives me money, right? You'll not be so picky about things when you don't have anything. Once you have everything, you'll start getting picky about it. You know what? I don't want to work for this field. I want to explore. I want to change my domain. I want to do that. Is this job challenging enough for me? After you do the job that's not enough for you, you come home and you play some puzzles. You participate in some hobbies which are mentally challenging for you, those things. These are all growth needs. Once you come here to cognitive needs, you start growing, Once the challenges are met and all the cognitive needs are met, then you think about aesthetic needs. Like, oh, how do now that I have a house, I want to decorate my house. I want to put some nice decorations to it, or I want to paint it in a different way. I want to re-architect in a different way. I want to acquire these things, and I want to go to a museum and explore the art. I want to participate in a pottery class. I want to take this class, all those aesthetic needs. And to be able to appreciate aesthetics, you need to be in a certain mindset. You cannot create or you cannot enjoy creation if you yourself are bogged down with responsibilities, health issues, everything, right? So you need to be at a certain mental state to be able to appreciate all that. And then comes self-actualization. Self-actualization is where you are completely content with everything in your life. There is no more desire for you. All your desires have been met. And you are actually working towards your fullest potential to follow the purpose of your life. And it is so rewarding. You're so happy. You're genuinely in peace. You have found the inner peace. Nothing bogs you. There could be an earthquake. There could be a turmoil. There could be a loved one can pass away. A newborn has come. That is something. Self-actualization is where you become the Sthita Prajna, right? In Bhagavad Gita, they call Sthita Prajna. So you become so happy, so in tune with the creation that nothing really bothers you. You are happy. You are just in peace with everything. That is self-actualization. And then comes transcendence. Transcendence is you have become one with the consciousness. You have become one with the universe. Doing after you have the self-actualization, doing whatever you're doing with peace, happily, everything, you have attained moksha, nirvana, right? So this is the Maslow's motivational model. And if you see the emotional guidance scale that is coming from Ask and It Is Given, how to get there. Now, this happiness, joy. So in Ask and It's Given, Abraham says that the entire emotional guidance scale can be categorized into 20 categories, starting with joy or happiness being the utmost. If you see, this is an upward spiral. So happiness being the topmost, the end all be all thing, right? Joy. I want joy in my life, right? This. And then he says what comes next, how you get there. And then again, these are growth needs and these are deficiency needs. So depression, powerlessness, grief, all that is being the least of the scales, that it cannot be anything lower than that. That's how it is. So from here, let's say you are here. So he gives, these are 21 of them, and he gives 21 different meditations, like depending on your emotion, depending on your mood, do that. Do something, think of a thought which elevates you from this to this. That's it. Don't try to manifest happiness when you're depressed. Don't try. I remember this so well. We were doing a book club and I have my friend who was going through, like, you cannot have any more problems than what she had at a certain point of life. Like everything that can go wrong went wrong. How? Like I used to keep hearing, and it's like, is there anything else that can go wrong with you? And she would come and say something that went wrong. So she was in a lot of depression and she felt powerless. She was in fear. She was everything from here. And today I can say that she has gone up the scale a lot. And I'm not really sure where she is right now, but I see her doing what she's passionate about, what she dreamt of. I see a lot of appreciation from her to everything that has in her life. I see a sense of freedom. I see that she's free, and I see she's happy. So she is, I can say, the role model or the walking real life experience of the emotional guidance scale. She has come from here, but she did not jump to here. It took some time. And everybody, based on our upbringing, based on our emotional strength and everything, and based on the people you surround yourself with, based on the frequency where you're vibrating, it takes time. It can take several years. It took like 2 years or 1 year for this girl, and she's here. So how do you work on it, right? And honestly, it is not just that. So I used to think, when I first saw this, right, I used to think, okay, yeah, she has all these problems. I don't have all these problems. I have a happy family. I have everything. I don't have all these problems. Then I was completely humbled when I thought about, don't think about entire life. See your one day, especially the past few weeks, like 1 month has humbled me completely. All of us, irrespective of how happy you are, how enlightened you are, doesn't matter. All of us span through all these emotions through different moments of the day. I wake up in the morning. I love my job. I'm very passionate. I'm always energetic. I wake up, I go to my work, and then I'm planning to become a firefighter as after retirement. I think I'll become a firefighter because that's what I do at my job. I'm really good at it. I'm mastering the art. I work on so many different projects and I have fires everywhere. I put off this fire, something else comes up. At first, my day starts, I'm so excited. I really love solving problems. I'm a big problem solver. I take pride and it's a challenge for me. I love it. And I do this until lunchtime. I'm like, this is nice. I accomplished so much. I solved so many problems. And then a big thing comes up. I'm like, oh my God, this is like, okay, I'm drained now. My entire energy is gone. I cannot do this. I have to eat lunch. I'm hungry. I cannot get up because I'm in a call and some release has broken. I'm trying to troubleshoot it. Nobody's helping. I don't know the customer system. I'm doing all that. So slowly if you see, I started with a lot of passion, enthusiasm, appreciation. I started with that my day. And then slowly I went down to pessimism, impatience, disappointment. I start doubting if I can finish my job. And I start worrying if it can be done in this time. And I start blaming everybody, saying that, oh my God, had that person, their network person be there here, I won't be sitting here and troubleshooting this. It's his job, not mine. Right? And then I get frustrated, discouragement, anger. I'm like so pissed off with everybody right now. And then I start, if let's say my colleague who is similar to me is doing in another thing, I might even feel jealous that I wish I would rather do that instead of this. I don't know what I'm thinking. Why do I do all these things? Right? And then comes fear or something like, oh my God, if I don't do this, if I don't finish this job, will it get escalated to my manager? What will happen? Will I lose this customer? What will happen to the revenue? Will it have ripple effects? All that, right? So you need not have, so each of us, the example I gave you is just a small thing where in a given day, based on in a given moment, we can span through all these emotions. Now, if we are mindful and aware, it's like a downward spiral, right? When you're coming down, thanks to gravity, we will come down very fast. Going up against the gravity is very tough. Going up each of these is very, very tough and takes a lot of time and effort. But going down is very easy. From enthusiasm in the morning, I quickly, by lunchtime, by 3 o'clock, I went into depression. I'm like, I'm not kidding. It's like I was totally depressed. I'm like, why the hell am I doing all these things, right? So if you're aware, if you practice mindfulness, you can catch yourself when you're going down, catch yourself, and then see if you can find a thought that elevates you. First, before you go all the way down, see if you can take some thought, something that you're grateful for. At least I have this person who is sitting there giving me a chance to finish this work. If you see at least one ray of hope, hold on to one small thing that will give you, if you're grateful for that, the law of attraction, the more you're grateful for, more better things will come to you. You attract better things. The moment you start being grateful for, and you are not going downward spiral, your brain will actually work and it will say, hey, can we reschedule this tomorrow when the network person is around? Can we instead do this? What will happen if I stop the server right now and provide you an alternative? Once you stop blaming others, once you start taking responsibility of what do I have right now with me? Take what you have, do the best you can. What is the best thing I can do? The best thing need not be the great thing. It could be one very tiny speck of thing. What is it that I can do? That time. So this literally happened yesterday where we started at 9, we ended at 5. We were migrating a customer, Canadian customer to our cloud. And it was supposed to be a 3-hour job. They have been there for a very long time. They had a lot of data. We had data issues, migration issues. We sat until 5. And there, this entire example of I started with enthusiasm and depression was for that migration we did. We wrapped it up saying that I'll come tomorrow and I will see what I can do. And then I took help. I thought about it. I took help from the support person and from the product guy. And I said, this is the problem I have. How can I provide them an alternative? Because I don't have a solution for upgrading their stats right now. I need an alternative. They right away said, oh, this is what we can do. We can redirect them to this site until this is done. They have provided. I was with this product 12.5 years. I know all those things. I know those can be done, but my brain didn't work at that time. I didn't get that idea. So what I did, I said, that support guy has been in the company for 2 years now. If I had the ego and pride of not going to a person who was way junior to me, I wouldn't have got this idea. Because he's an observer, he's not part of this entire commotion. He has been doing that for several. He came up with a brilliant idea, and that's all the problem. I'm out of that thing, right? So the concept with this is find a thought that elevates you even momentarily, even a little speck, and that will help step by step. You can go up. So anytime, anywhere you are, if you're in life in a very bad state, see how you can go up. First, see what is it that you have around you. The moment you elevate yourself, right, what happens is, this is not a one-man army job kind of thing. It is the whole universe conspires in giving you. It's just that there are things in different levels, you know. It's like, if you go to the first floor, there are people in the first floor who can help you, but you need to make an effort to go to the first floor. Otherwise, it's black hole. You don't know who is there, what is there, how people can help. And then slowly, once you talk about all the people and all the people are helping you, they will say, hey, have you known this? Can you go here? You go there to the second floor. Then you have people with even more intelligence. They will help you, guide you, strengthen you. They will take you to the third floor. They will guide you to go to, these people need not come to the third floor. They will guide you and say, what is there in the third floor? And you go to the third floor. You know, that's how slowly yet consciously you move up. And how do you know you're moving up? You start feeling better. You feel better with your thought that elevates you. So this is the emotion guidance scale. And I love this. I have kept it in my office room, especially after the meltdown I had on Friday. I had a meltdown on Thursday, and then Friday I had this aha moment. I kept this and this, let me think what I can do, right? I am going to put this in my office, and it is not just about your phases of life, even the momentary things in life. When at any time, for anything, you get any of these, just catch yourself and see how you can go up. And you can literally go from a moment of depression to happiness if you're conscious about it. And it's a practice. Again, it's a practice.